Welcome, this is yoga. We're going to start today in a seated position with your left knee just bent down and hugging into your right knee with your knee pointed up, and your foot's going to be flat onto the ground. Just start by gently twisting, hooking your opposite elbow to knee, and look behind you. We're going to breathe here about 5 deep breaths, looking behind you, stretching even your eyeballs. Good, one more deep breath in. And on your exhalation, gently unwind. We're gonna take this knee, keep it pointed up, and just place your hands onto the ground. Lift your foot off the ground, and then rotate the knee down and up without your leg actually touching onto the ground. Rotate it down and up. Use your hands for balance and to help you, but try to focus that hip rotation. Good, breathe through it. Inhale the knee up, exhale the knee down. Good, just about 5 more times. Good, and the next time that leg is down there to that side, just place it onto the ground. You can do a little reset through the hip bones, and then gently rotate to that right side, placing your left hand on your left knee. Just like when we were twisting before, but instead of our knee pointed up, now our knee is just rested onto the ground. Twist even the eyeballs, lengthen your spine. Try to ground those seat bones onto the ground. Good, one more deep breath in. And on the exhalation, place your left hand on your right knee and your right hand onto your heel. So you're holding on to your joints on the right side. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold into it. You can round the spine when you fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow down. You should start feeling a stretch in the low back, more on the left side. Good, about 3 more deep breaths, and then we're going to stay low. Good, and now just stay low, hugging in. You can hug your leg as close as you can into, get down as low as comfortably possible. Breathe here, 5 more deep breaths. Try to relax into it. And on your exhalation, slowly come up. We're going to place the left forearm onto the ground and hold onto your right ankle. If you kind of need to move in your mat a little bit, that's okay. And just start bringing the knee up and back. Start feeling a stretch through the quad. And just look down slightly. Good. 3 more, dynamically warming up here. And then we're just gonna keep that leg back there. Look down and try to lengthen the leg, but you're holding onto the ankle. So basically I want you to resist in that stretch. Stretching out through that quad. 5 more deep breaths here. Good, now on the exhalation, see if you can place the knee onto the ground. You can bring the left leg up just a little bit more and just the meaty part of the knee onto the ground. Look down slightly and just take that stretch a little bit deeper. Breathe, 3 more deep breaths. Good, and on your exhalation, slowly bring yourself up and we're gonna switch our sides. So just place that right knee, the right leg onto the ground, hug your left leg in, hook onto your right shoulder, and just look behind you with your spine nice and long, stretching even those eyeballs, drawing the belly in. Good, 5 more deep breaths. And gently unwind, place your hands just down on the ground next to you to help you balance. Float your foot off the ground and we're just rotating through the hip. Point the knee up and put it down. Good. 5 more times. Good, and the next time that leg is to the side, just let it rest onto the ground, reset through the seat bones, and gently twist over to that left side, just like before, but this time the knee is down. Straighten out your spine, twist even those eyeballs. 5 deep breaths. Good, and then just place right hand onto your knee, left hand onto your heel, and inhale, look up, exhale, bow down just slightly. Feel that stretch more on the right side of your back. Good, just about 3 more, and then we'll stay low. And the next time that you bow down, just stay here, relax into the stretch. Breathe, try to release any tension. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, gently bring yourself up, place that right forearm onto the ground and hold onto your left ankle. Start bringing it up and back. Again, if you need to reset yourself a little bit, all the way up and back. Good, just look down slightly. Two more. And then just keep your leg back there, look down, breathe here. Resist into that stretch. 5 more deep breaths. Good, now we're just gonna set that knee down onto the ground. You reposition yourself a little bit more toward the mat, look toward the mat, just the meaty part of your knee onto the ground and just deepen that stretch. Feel it all the way into your back. Three more deep breaths. Good, and just release your leg. Place both hands under your shoulders right in front of you. Curl your toes and just press back into a downward facing dog. Walk your dog. Chin into the chest. Move through this, breathe. Walk it out, feel through your tension. Three more deep breaths. Good. And on your next exhalation, lower your knees down to the ground into a table position. And then I want you to isolate through your shoulders and just circle your shoulders. Try to keep your back as flat as you can, like a table, and just circle your shoulders. Whatever direction you're going, just stay with that direction. And when you're ready, go your other direction. Good, and then now take it into your cat-cow. Rounding and arcing. Move your neck along the way. Doing little shimmies, side to side, not just forward and back. Remembering that your neck is part of your spine, so your spine's gonna wanna move too. Just let it move, let it loosen up. Feeling into that breath. Good, and now flatten up your back. Take your right leg and stretch it back into the heels. I want you to really focus on deep stretch into that right leg, all the way down into the Achilles heel. If you float your left knee a little bit, that's okay. As long as you're just focusing on your right heel. Try to disperse the weight all the way from pinky toe to big toe, stretching into your arc of your foot. Breathe here, 3 more deep breaths. Good, and then switch over to the left side. Stretch out that left leg, push into your heel. Breathe, disperse that weight all the way into the arc of your foot. Good, and bring it back to center. Widen your knees up, and then try to just stretch out to the inner thighs. You have a towel, you can put a towel under your knees. Start coming low as you can go comfortably, stretching out through those inner thighs. Forearms come onto the ground if that's available for you, unless it feels better to have your hands on the ground. Inner thighs stretch here. Breathe. With each exhalation, you can get deeper. Experiment with going a little bit forward, a little bit back. Find the center position and breathe. 5 more deep breaths. And then shift just a little bit forward. Just a little bit forward. Stay here in this frog pose. Just a little bit more forward, 3 more deep breaths, almost like your belly's gonna touch the ground. And then walk your knees back together. Squeeze your knees together as tight as you can. So those knees are gonna glue together. Hands come under your shoulders, just like you're doing a tabletop position. And then sway your hips right and left. All the way down, like your hips are gonna touch the ground. Right side, left side. Breathe through this. Hopefully this feels like a nice hip stretch for you. 3 more deep breaths. And the next time that your right hips are on the floor, let the hips just stay onto the floor and start walking your arms all the way out. Just like you're doing an extended arm child's pose, but both knees are pointing to the left and your right hip is on the floor. Start lowering down. See if you can place your forehead onto the ground. Feel the stretch all the way into the low back. Good, now I want you to stay here and take your right arm over to the right side. So stretch out through that shoulder and then use your left hand to press into the ground to stretch you up. So you're feeling the stretch more into the shoulder now, not so much in the back. Breathe here, 5 more deep breaths. Good, on your exhalation, slowly bring those hands back under your shoulders. Bring your knees back under your hips, but still squeeze those knees together. And we're going back into the side to side, right and left, knees squeeze together. Move those hips side to side. Good, and the next time that your left hip is on the ground, put it all the way onto the ground, just like we did on the right side. And then start lowering your chest down to the mat. See if you can get your forehead all the way down. Stretching out your arms. And then press your weight back into your hips. Now we're going to take it into the shoulder. Left arm all the way over to the left side. Place that shoulder onto the ground. Use your right hand to press into the ground and look up toward the ceiling. That left palm should be flat onto the ground. 5 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, slowly bring yourself up, back into tabletop position. And start with those rounding and arcing through the cat-cow. Round and arc. Breathe. 5 more deep breaths. Loosening up any tension. Just Shake it out, move it out, let it move through you. Good, one more deep breath. And round your spine, curl your toes, take it back into your downward facing dog. Hold here. See if you can just hold the downward facing dog, really focusing your energy into your heels, both heels. 10 deep breaths. If 10 is too much for you, you can come back into child's pose or cat-cow. Good, and start walking your hands back towards your feet. Place your arms behind you. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Like I have dog hair all over me. And start stretching out your arms all the way back, chin into your chest, and look up to your right and to your left. Side to side, look up. Good, 2 more deep breaths. Good, and then just lower your arms down, place your forearms onto your knees, and then just sit here in a short stop position. Let the blood come back down, and then start tucking in your tailbone and arcing, round and arc. Through the spine, just like you're doing a cat-cow, but in this short stop position. Exhale, round. Inhale, arc. Good, 5 more times. And slowly come up, all the way to a standing position. Okay, if you have a ring, a strap, or a loop, you're gonna need that. We're gonna balance. If you need to, you could stand by a wall and place your hand onto a wall. All right, bring your left knee up. Hook your foot onto that left knee. Your right foot is planted onto the ground. Now, if you need to, hold onto a wall or something to balance. And then just start bending and lengthening that left leg. Good. 3 more, and then we're going to keep the legs straight. Keep that leg straight. Look at something that's not moving, and just stay here and breathe. Balance that right foot onto the ground. 5 more deep breaths. All right, now we're going to take it out to the side. Out to the side, hold on to something if you need to. Good. Keep balancing. 3 more deep breaths. Good. And gently unwind. Shake it out. Shake out your right leg. Good. All right, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Balance on your left foot. Hook your right foot. And just start bending and lengthening. Good. Now keep that leg straight. Hold it there. Balance. Feel that foot on the left side just plug into the ground. Breathe here. Three more deep breaths and we're taking it to the side. All right, now we're going to take it to the side. You can either hold your arm out or put your hand onto your hip. Focus on something not moving. 5 more deep breaths. Good, and release it. Whew, shake it out. All right, now we're gonna come into a broken chair pose. You have a ring, hold on to it. If you have a strap, you could let it go. All right, now we're coming with the left ankle over the right knee. Stretch your arms out, option to hold on to that ring and sit into this. Nice and low. 5 more deep breaths. Good. On the exhalation, release, shake it out. Other side. Right ankle over left leg. Option to hold on to that ring. Or you could always bring your palms to heart center. Keep sitting low. 5 more deep breaths. Good. 1 more deep breath. And exhale, slowly bring it up. All right, now just walk your legs out. You have a ring, stretch it out in front of you. If you don't have a ring, you can just place your hands onto the ground. And I just want you to reach your arms out, press the ring down, and gently move your knees, move your hips side to side, chin into the chest. Focus on those inner thighs, into the hamstrings. Push into your heels. Sit all of your weight back into your seat bones. Three more deep breaths. Good, and then just take that ring away. Take your arms all the way through your legs. Reach like somebody's pulling you. And then see if you can place your hands onto the ground behind you and really walk your hands all the way as far as you can behind you. Just tiptoe those fingers. Three more deep breaths. See if you can tiptoe a little bit farther. Good, and on the exhalation, place your hands back under your shoulders, bend your knees, see if you can rest your legs onto your arms. We're gonna slowly start transitioning the weight to our hands. Walk your feet in just a little bit closer and see if you can shift your weight onto your arms, taking your toes off the ground. Good. 5 more deep breaths. And on the exhalation, slowly lower your feet down to the ground, walk your feet out. Just a little bit more so that your heels can be onto the ground. Heels on the ground. Now, if you need to, you could put a block under your hip bones, but I want your hips just floating off of the ground. Bring your palms together. Lift up your chin, thumbs to your heart center. Breathe here. Good. 5 deep breaths. Keep using those arms to stretch the legs. Good. One more deep breath. And on your exhalation, very slowly, you only have about 1 inch to go to lower those hips down onto the ground. Good. Nice. Now we're gonna hold on to your big toe with your peace sign fingers. Hold on to your big toes. Stretch it out. Stretch out those legs. Good. Balance. Really good. 5 deep breaths. And now just bend the knees slightly. Make sure you have some space behind you. We're gonna rock back into our happy baby. Rock it back. Oh, yeah. And just find a happy baby. If you need to, you can shift onto your mat. And just rock your baby. Gently go side to side. If it feels good, you can start straightening out the legs. Three more deep breaths. And coming back to a neutral spine, bend your knees, release your legs, and then cross your left ankle over your right knee. Hold on to your heel with your right hand. So it's opposite hand to heel. And then I want your other hand onto your knee. So we're just holding onto our joints, kind of like when we did in the beginning of class. And just bring the knee out and in. Focusing a lot on hips today. And just that overall low body. Bring it in and out. Again, this is just like a dynamic movement to help us get a little bit deeper into our stretch. And then we are going to be holding the stretch in just about 3 more. And the next time that you're pushing your knee out and hugging your heel in, you're going to just stay here for a moment. See if you can actively use your right leg to hug it in. And you're also using your hands to press in with the heel, out with the knee. We're going to take this a lot deeper. This is just more of our beginning, getting into it. So I want you to breathe here, 3 more deep breaths, and then we're going to hug the right leg in. All right, now hugging in the right leg. Use your left arm to keep pressing on the left leg, keeping your heel flexed, but now you have the option to rotate the ankle on the right side as you hug in. Nice deep ankle rotations, feels so good. And then just whenever you feel guided, you can move it the other way if you haven't already. Try to stretch out all the way into the toes. Good, and now we're gonna fully cross the left leg over the right leg. Just crossing those legs, hold on to your ankles with your opposite hands. Keep your feet flexed and just little torque side to side, like little corkscrew type motions. If you're feeling any tension Remember where you feel the tension, because we're going to be hugging in and about 3 deep breaths. All right, now just hug it in, hug it in. If you're feeling any tension, especially somewhere, see if you can just move into the tension so that you can breathe into it. Good. 2 more deep breaths, hug it in. And gently release. Keep your legs crossed though. Keep them crossed and take your legs over to the right side, resting all the way onto the ground. Take a moment here to make sure your spine is long. Open up through your shoulders, through your chest. Look the opposite direction. Good. 1 more deep breath in. And your exhalation takes you to the other side. Just keep your legs crossed and point them over to the left. And again, reposition your shoulders and your spines. Your spine is long. And look to the opposite way that your legs are going. Good. On the exhalation, slowly come up. You should feel that stretch like all the way into your side. All right, now uncross and just come into the other side. So now we have our right leg. Keep the right foot flexed. Hold on to that heel to joint, or heel to hand, hand to joint connection, sorry. Okay, so now we want to just bring it in and out. In and out. Might be more tense on one side than the other, might feel different or the same, totally normal. Just feel into it. Again, this is just like dynamic movement to really stretch out, feel where we feel the tension, give it a little taste, and then take it back. About 3 more, and then we're going to hug and push into it. All right, now just stay there, pushing the knee out, hugging the heel in, keeping your foot flexed, and then even use that left leg to hug in closer to your body. Got all of the low body helping out here. Three more deep breaths, and then we're coming into that figure 4 stretch. All right, now we're just hugging it in. Hug your left leg with your hands, interlace those fingers behind your hamstring. Use your right elbow pressing out, and you have that option to circle the ankle. I highly recommend. Feels good. Keep hugging in your leg. And then whenever you're ready, if you haven't already, reverse the ankle rotation. And then just fully cross that right over your left, cross those legs, hold on to your ankles, and then just hug it in. And gently rock side to side. Again, feeling where you might feel some tension. Maybe you didn't even notice that the tension that you had. That happens to me all the time. Okay, and about 3 more deep breaths. We're just gonna hug it in. And then just hug it in. Hug in both legs. Keep your feet flexed. Good, 1 more deep breath. And relax. Take both of your knees over to the left side. Put a block under there if you need to. Straighten out your spine, open your arms, palms face upward, and just look the opposite direction that your legs are going. And then slowly start taking those legs to the other direction. Keeping your spine long, that's so important. And opening up those shoulders, looking the opposite way. Good, 1 more deep breath. And the exhalation brings us back to center. And then uncross your legs, bring the soles of your feet together. Press your feet together. And then just open up through the inner thighs, press your elbows on those inner thighs as you hug your heels in toward the pelvic bone. 5 deep breaths here. Good, and on your exhalation, we're gonna make ourselves into a tight little ball. And actually, if your head is facing the door, make sure your head is the opposite way of the door so that you can see the door if you were to open your eyes in Savasana. So make yourself into a tight little ball with your head not pointing toward the door. We're gonna get nice and tight, nice and small. Make yourself as small and as tight as a rock. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 5, 4, keep squeezing, even the fist. 3, 2, 1, and release into Savasana. Take a big deep breath in and exhale, sigh it out. And just make any last adjustments that you need. Making sure your spine is nice and long. Your feet and your hands open up. Just relax into this, sink into the earth. Breathe. And start making small little movements, wiggling your fingers and your toes, blinking your eyes, and stretch your arms all the way up. Hold on to one of your hands and open up the palm of your hand with your fingers on your other hand. And do both hands. Open up the palm of your hand with the fingers on your opposite hand. And reach both arms all the way out. Stretch your fingers, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. And on your exhalation, bring your chin to your chest or reaching your arms forward. And you can use your hands on your legs if you need to walk yourself all the way up and fold into it. Forward fold. Three more deep breaths, just folding into this in whatever way feels good for you. Stretch it out. And start in your forward fold, bring your palms together, your thumbs to your heart center, and stay here for just a silent moment to yourself. And then slowly start coming into a nice tall seated position. And on the next inhalation, inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Big stretch, bring it around to heart center. 2 more times. Reach it all the way up. Into the heart center, 1 more time. Reach into your heart. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.